Well, just last night, Huntsville's Jim McBride was inducted into the Alabama Music Hall of Fame.
And before Jim's big night, we sat down with him at Tangle String Studios at Low Mill to talk about his musical journey. Here's the story. Huntsville songwriter Jim McBride.
I was raised in the shadow of an old cotton mill.
Grew up in the Dallas Mill neighborhood, where he loved listening to the radio.
I had all these songs in my head.
He put those thoughts on paper.
I wrote my first song when I was 12. I didn't write another one until I was 18.
He didn't play an instrument, so he sang while a friend played guitar. Jim took those tapes to Nashville, where he pitched them to legendary songwriter Curly Putman.
That was kind of scary, but I just had to do it. And Curly said, if you'll let me be honest with you, I think I can help you. I think he saw something there. So sometimes I came home feeling good, and sometimes I came home not feeling so good.
His first hit was in 1980.
I'd written a song with Roger Murrah from over in Athens. Roger was already in Nashville. And we wrote a song that Conway Twitty recorded, and it went to like #2 at the end of 1980.
Jim saw that as a sign and moved to the Music City.
I had a publishing deal when I moved up there, thank goodness, so I didn't have to wait tables or anything like that.
His focus was on writing songs, one of them, Bet Your Heart on Me.
And Johnny Lee recorded it my first year, and it was #1. And I thought, this is easy. I should have been here a long time ago. I didn't have another big hit for 6 years.
Alabama recorded one of his songs, Dixie Boy, on its The Closer You Get album in 1983.
Yeah, it was just about my life growing up. And they say you can't write inside songs, but people associate. The boys from Fort Payne associated with that song.
It was one of my personal favorites on the album, and I was a little disappointed that RCA didn't release it as a single.
Well, there's another little song on that album called Dixieland Delight.
I think I've heard that a time or
two.
Yeah,
that song did so well. But you know, that album sold 5 million, and I wrote it by myself, so that's like having a single. I was okay with it.
Country music was changing.
I had songs on 14 albums and couldn't get a single, because if you listen through those albums, my song was probably the most country song on there.
But Jim stayed true to his country roots.
Randy Travis kind of kicked the door open, and Waylon, we had his last #1 in '87, so things started picking up long about that time.
And it's when he saw a new face at the office.
I thought, who is this guy? He looks like he might be a star, but I don't know anything about him.
That guy was Alan Jackson, who later called.
He said, would you write with me? And I said, yeah, let's get together. So we got together and hit it off just like that. And it was like writing with myself, really.
It just clicked.
It just clicked. It did.
Two Southern boys who liked the same music. Jim and Alan had 4 #1 songs. The first one,
chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream.
That was just the beginning.
Chattahoochee's the biggest hit either one of us will ever have.
It was the Country Music Association's Song of the Year in 1994.
Yeah, way down yonder on the
Chattahoochee never knew how much that muddy water meant to me.
It was Jim's first CMA award.
First and only one.
30 years later, people still want to know.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than
what is a hoochie coochie?
Alan got tired of them asking him. He told everybody to call me, and they did. When the county fair would come to town, there was always that side show with the hoochie coochie girls, and so that's what I was thinking. And the deal was, if you were a young man, was to try to get in there before you turned 18.
Dancing ladies at the state fair.
Yes. They show you a little bit, but now you're going to have to pay if you want to see any more.
In 1995, the Alabama Music Hall of Fame gave Jim its Creator Award. His first guitar and gold record from Chattahoochee is already on display there. But being inducted into the Hall of Fame is the hit of his career.
Alabama's my home state, and I love it, and to be honored by your home state, that's really big, so I'm going to put that up there right now. Living that honky-tonk dream.
Jim had a big night in the shows last night. Congratulations again. To see more of the interview with Jim, just go to WHNT.com and look for the story under the community tag. There is more. It is called a News 19 Web Extra.